Our second lesson in the circles unit involves central angles and arc measures. So our essential question is, how do I find the measures of central angles and their intercepted arcs? All right, so what is a central angle? Well, central angle was a vocabulary word in the first lesson, so I'm not going to highlight it. But I am going to remind you that it is an angle with a vertex at the center of the triangle. Sorry, guys, I keep pausing to cough here. It's an angle with a vertex at the center, and its two sides are radii. So angle ABC is a central angle. B is the center of this circle. AB and BC are both radii. The sum of all the central angles in a circle has to be 360 degrees. Okay, because we have to go all the way around a circle around point B. So I would say the measure of angle ABC is 84 degrees. If I wanted to find the reflex angle here, the measure of the reflex angle of ABC, well, that would be 360 minus 84, which is 276 degrees. How do I find the arc measure? Arc measure is a new vocabulary word, so let's highlight that. Okay. The arc measure is equal to the measure of the central angle. Okay, so the measure of arc AC. Make sure that looks archy. If it's pointy or flat, it's wrong. All right, it has to mimic an arc or a piece of a circle. Happens to be 84 degrees. If I wanted to find the measure of arc ADC, that's the major arc that matches to the reflex angle, that would be 276 degrees. All right, so let's do a little practice here. First off, we're going to annotate our diagram before we even look at the rest of the problem. Right, so I have a central angle. That means that JK, arc JK, is also 21 degrees. I have a vertical angle, so angle MNL is 21, and arc ML is 21 degrees. Next up, I notice I have a diameter here, right? Two angles that form a straight line or a linear pair, and they are supplementary. So 180 minus 21 is 59 degrees. The intercepted arc here, or arc JM, would also be 159 degrees. Vertical angle for KNL is 159, and arc KL is 159. Now I can start filling stuff in. JK is 21 degrees. Angle JNM, 159 degrees. Arc KL, 159 degrees. JKM. Now, when you're finding the measure of a major arc, you start at the first letter, you go through the second letter, and you stop on the third. Okay, so which way you go around the circle matters, and it's really important when you're doing a major arc. So I need to add these three arcs together. 21 plus 21 plus 159. I think I just did that wrong on my calculator. There we go, 201 degrees. MKL. Let's see, start at M, go through K, and come all the way back to L. Colors are so helpful in this unit. Well, that's almost the entire circle. It's 360 minus 21, which would be 339. Alternatively, I could do 159 plus 21 plus 159. Either way would work. Okay, pause the video for a moment and try number 2. Okay, I filled in everything in that diagram in blue to start with. All right, I used supplementary angles to figure out SUR. I used complementary angles to figure out PUQ and QUR. And then I just started adding arcs together in order to solve this. All right, let's take a look at number 3. Number 3 asks me to solve for x. Well, I do notice something interesting here. RT is called a diameter, and the arc that is intercepted by a diameter is called a semicircle. Semicircles measure 180 degrees. So 15x minus 26 plus 26 equals 180. Ooh, number 4 is kind of interesting. Let's see here. I have this arc, and I have this arc. And if I look at the angles, angle BEC and angle AEC are vertical angles. They're both central angles, so these arcs have to be the same, right? So 10x minus 22 equals 8x plus 12. Take a moment, pause your video, and fill this in. Okay, so once I found that x equals 17, it was a matter of substituting to find the measure of arc AD, the measure of angle AED, the measure of angle BEC, and the measure of arc BC. And then I use supplementary angles to figure out my remaining angles and arcs. And finally, for the measure of arc BDC, I had to do some addition. You know, there's a segment addition postulate, an angle addition postulate. It turns out there is an arc addition postulate. Okay, we can add arcs together just like we add line segments together. Number 5. Pause the video and give this a try, please. All right. I was able to add all 4 arcs up to equal 360 degrees. Solve for x. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, how do you know which way to go for arc YW? Okay, YW is a minor arc, which means it measures less than 180 degrees. So you have to go the shortest way for arc YW. But arc VXW is a major arc, and it measures more than 180 degrees, which means you're going the longest way. You have to start at V, go through X, and end up on W. Stopping to think about minor arc versus major arc and making sure your numbers make sense is a really powerful test-taking technique. All right, for your summary, write the relationship between the central angle and the intercepted arc, and also tell me what all of the arcs and all of the central angles in a circle add up to.